Let me start with today's session episode for English communication skill. Just open the newspaper. So one thing I want to tell you guys, if you guys want to read the newspaper in your laptop or in your mobile, maybe mobile not possible for a long time. So if you guys have your own laptop at your home, you guys can subscribe to the e-Hindu paper. So it is very like charges are also very minimal, and also so if you subscribe for 1 or 2 years it will be only cost maximum 1500 rupees. So I got subscribed last almost 1 year back. So I took it for 2 years. Yes, it's going to be hand in this year. Let me start the paper newspaper. E-paper, I directly it will open a today newspaper. I also logged in by using my email ID, so it will open directly. So we have to select the daily edition, which edition you need. Either it is Bangalore, Chennai, Coimbatore, Delhi, Erode, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Madurai, Mangalore, Mumbai, Tiruchirappalli, Vijayawada, and Vishakhapatnam. I'm going to select Bangalore edition. Just today in this today page newspaper, there is no editorial page. Only the weekend pages will be available. Instead of that, let me complete this newspaper reading as soon as possible in 30 minutes, maximum 30 minutes. Railway Cousin and its regional makeover. Today's heading is different little. Pushing targets more you. Satyapal Malik's claims on Pluma Tech. Top notch toilets to usher in change. No cola ticket for Suzamia. Sympathetic weather Ashraf shot it. This year, no gets set to go. Unlike course for CET, JEE, NEET aspirants in the state. The Home Minister of Affairs accuses me of promoting ill will, hatred, and disharmony against a particular community. Not true. Our fight against the system means dismantling birthright based hierarchy, Brahminism, not against any caste community. Our equalitarian icons taught us that power structure always retaliates. The actor has been asked to submit his sources certificates as citizen of India card in the next 50 days, 15 days. For them job scam cases rising. Four cases reported on Friday alone. Manki's girlfriend then turns himself in. These are the just let's leave this information. The news that the staff of Rajagopal Nagar police station were in for a surprise when a man walked in and confessed that he had killed his girlfriend 3 days over a trivial row at his house. The police took him to the custody and later escorted him to the rented house in Lagari to find Navya, 24, lying dead in a pool of blood with her throat slit. The deceased Navya was a clerk with the Internal Security Division and was living with her mother in Kormangala. She was in a relationship with Prashant, an operator at a factory in Pena. For the last 6 years, they were distant relatives and from the same town. Prashant told the police that he suspected Navya's infidelity as she spent a lot of time chatting with others. He had objected to this often. Prashant deliberately avoided her birthday on Tuesday and invited her home day to celebrate it. Navya came and cut the cake and told him that she had to return soon. The two then argued about Navya chatting with others and the accused feared that she would ditch him. In the fight, Prashant got a kitchen knife and slashed her neck, killing her on the spot, while Navya profusely bled and died. Prashant sat with the body for a few hours before walking into the station to surrender. The police have recovered the knife and booked him for murder. Pro finds no manipulation, but says illegally collected voter data was stored in foreign server. New government should not go back on job regularization promise. Spectre of rebellion in Chickpet for Congress. Construction activities taken up at the Kupali basic resistance. Matrimonial page is available. Let me close this page. Saudi fielded from Mahatani's drama awarded contest from Kola. With Congress High Command snub from CM. 205 nomination papers on second day. Son and a daughter. Kena Bedurappa among candidate in JDS third list. Haidama over Daniel Aptikit hands with Shatta announcing his resignation from BJP. Union Minister Prahalad Joshi, BJP's Karnataka in charge, Dharmendra Pradhan, and the Chief Minister Shivraj Bommai with the former Chief Minister Jagadish Shetty at his residence in Balya on Saturday. Bommai and family are worth 52.12 crore. The Chief Minister owes 5.79 crore to various banks and financial institutions. The jury is to go with left in 2024 votes. Allegations of favoring Alstom are false. Motorized boats in AP to stay anchored as fishing ban kicks in. Informed patient dragged due to absence of wheelchair. And CP jumps into food fray in Karnataka. Thirteen of a music at two killed as bus falls into George in Raigad. The bus fell from the Borghat mountain pass section when the driver lost control of the vehicle. Prime Minister Maharashtra Chief Minister announced ex gratia for the next kin of the deceased. 11 killed a dozen's heart after tractor trolley falls up bridge in UP. Top-notch toilets to usher in change. Opposition targets PM over Malik's climb. Ex-PM, ex-MP Hatik brother shot, Ashraf shot dead. China's dual-use facilities in Myanmar and Sri Lanka raise security concerns. In India, police officers visit Sriut hate areas Sambalpur. Families of fishermen jailed in India. Pakistan cry for help. And 14 language in pressures for years. CF yet to hold examinations in 13 regional languages. A BJP hardest arrest. How can a CBI disobey? Kejriwal answers. States Assembly called tomorrow to discuss issue. Delhi CM accuses the CD and CBI of presenting false evidence in court and lying on oath. Day for Delhi chief seems questioning BJP says he is trembling with fear. BJP questions credibility of Satya Paul Black's statements. The hard-turned politician's empire in UP came crashing down in 50 days. Shaw targets Gehlot on Grab, takes Jai but for Stuzzle. Dalits tribals in Rajasthan challenge Congress as they push for more quota. Court gives Chokshi protection against removal from Iceland. Constitutional bench formed in same-sex marriage case. CRT matters 25 experts on the 16 CBSE teachers for syllabus rationalization. Soon e-commerce platform for selling hand-woven sarees. PM's meditation Kevin. Then are full tourists after pandemic lull. Love gets court relief in defamation case in Thane. CBS searches properties of Trinamool leaders. Happy people falls and I'm sure we will come to power. The lead of the opposition in Karnataka Assembly says the current government is the most corrupt that the state has seen and there is a strong anti-incumbency factor against the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. Says the campaign of the Congress will focus on addressing the problems of women, unemployed youth, farmers and the people's concern over the increasing prices. Not a babble, it's a sonorous multilingual campaign. Sweet has success has sting in the tail. Cast B has disturbed this electoral season. EC organizes hackathon to identify loopholes in poll process. Massive fight. This is world news. US and Vietnam pledged to boost this ties during Blinken's visit to Onai. Massive fight breach down Gulf shopping center in Bangladesh. Russian strikers 11, including a toddler in eastern Ukraine. Lula wraps up China visit. Says US should not encourage Ukraine war. Treated as parliamentary and army clash in Sudan. Explosive thrown at Japan PM during campaign event. ANC in Sudan asked to stay indoors. TPS Mano Ganeshan moods Tamil caucus in Sri Lankan parliament. Macron signs France pension law despite protests. Antiviral resistant. H1N1 spreads from wild ducks to chickens. Omicron variants evolve strategies to evade T cell immunity. The cellular mechanisms and consequences of enhanced MHC inhibition by Omicron variants on infection and disease remain to be determined. Omicron variants can survive better in a human host. New study challenges the canonical theory in East Africa. Study shows factor protecting a beer against BS against thrombosis. Magnetoresistance. One more thing a graphene does differently. Viruses in DNA. Can virus hide in the DNA of an unicellular organism, straddling the spiritual and the political? The spiritual leader who fled to India in 1959 is now seeking a non-violent resolution of the Tibetan question, modernizing the political and temporal aspects of the organization in exile and greater autonomy for Tibetans within the region. Proposed it is the nice related to the Dalai Lama, climb of sovereignty, echoes from the travels, world's bank space of choil and change. The former MasterCard CEO is set to become the next world bank president as the lender is pivoting its focus towards climate action and transforming its business model. Good Friday Agreement in Noah's Northern Highlands power sharing governments remains suspended. The US is urging all sides to keep up the speed of the 1998 deal with that brought peace to the region. Let's read this article. The former Master CEO is set to become the next World Bank president as Leander is pivoting its focus towards climate action and transforming its business model. In an interview 8 years ago with the Stanford Graduate School of Business, corporate veteran Ajay Banga, who was serving as the CEO of Payment Processors, a giant MasterCard at the time, spoke about tremendous lessons from his 13 years career at Nestle. You are one person, but one person can make a difference, he said, almost a decade later, as he is being expected to become the next president of the World Bank. The focus is on how Mr. Bonga, 63, is going to help the 77 years old institution tackle its several challenges, including pivoting its focus toward climate action and transforming its lending model, even with its best intentions and the best people. Mr. Banga says the idea that somehow a magic wand has arrived is flawed. The former CEO is US President Joe Biden's sole nominee to lead the band, believes nonetheless that the multilateral lender can do a lot more and has ambitious plans to mobilize private sector money for its development projects. Some observers believe Mr. Banga, who spent most of his career in the corporate world, may not be the right candidate to shake up the World Bank in a way it needs, notably the institution's role in mitigating climate change is under most scrutiny right now, as the current World Bank head David Malpass announced his resignation from the post earlier this year, more than a year before the end of his term, after a controversial refusal to comment on whether fossil fuels are contributing to global warming. Some others, including the likes of Mr. Biden and IMF chief Kristalina Georgieva, believe the corporate leader's background from a developing country, and his work on financial inclusion and diversity at his previous stints make him a good fit for the job. Born in the Korki cantonment of Pune in 1959, Mr. Banga was inclined to a career in finance, receiving his bachelor's degree in economics from Delhi's St. Joseph College. He then got himself an MBA from the prestigious Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, right out of college. He joined Nestle as a management trainee in 1981 and spent the next 13 years at the company. After a short stint at PepsiCo, leading its branches expansion in India, Mr. Banga moved to the City Group, also spending 13 years there and heading the bank's business in the Asia Pacific from Hong Kong. As he was on the decks to become CEO of the bank, he took up the role of president and chief operating officer at Master according to 2009, moving to the US. Financial inclusion. In his time at MasterCard, he became popular for being one of the best performing CEOs, as Harvard Magazine called him in 2013. Mr. Banga pioneered the concept of financial inclusion at MasterCard by setting and achieving the goal to bring 500 million unbanked people into the formal banking system and a digital economy by 2021. He currently serves as the vice chairman of General Atlantic, adding its climate focused fund behind net zero. He was also chosen by former US President Barack Obama in 2015 to be a part of his advisory committee for trade policy and negotiations. Mr. Banga has promised to be bring inclusion as a central tool of his leadership, while mobilizing the private sector to help the World Bank in its work, while observers worry about how he will manage the task of getting low income countries to work on climate projects while they face gaps in fundamental funding for infrastructure and health. The nominee has argued that the two issues are intertwined. Inequalities intertwined completely with challenges like climate change, challenges like fragility of the world with refugees and like being caused by conflict, with challenges like the pandemic, with challenges like with Russia and Ukraine, with what that does to food and fertilizers. Mr. Banga said in an interview, I don't think you can segregate these into buckets and hope that you can deal with one without dealing with the other. This is the information that is related to Ajay Banga, the former president, the next World Bank president. Echoes from the travels. Good Friday Agreement is as Northern Ireland's power sharing government remains suspended in the US is urging all sides to keep up the spirit of the 1998 deal that brought peace to the region. Rocky critical drugs imports eased. New foreign trade policy also allows a duty-free import of life-saving drugs like Huntex and Rocky as gifts. Rockies will attract zero customs duty for cases where their limit levies and harness. Gifts related to Rocky, though, will attract levies. Upcoming FTAs will boost India's exports, moves for commerce. Crypto-related issues need immediate attention. FM. HDFC Bank Q4 net profit is surges 20.6%. For us, Blue Tech is 108 crore from Gurugram project. NFRE imposes ban, fine on 4 auditors in a DHFL case. Air India to sport new cabin crew uniform. ATS soon. His bat has produced countless classics. Let the tribute you write for him be known as sports star. Passenger vehicle sales for industry to eat 4 million this calendar than all India. Crarea is with building a council for green projects. Upcoming activities will boost India's exports and moves for commerce. This is sports page. Nice to have the I don't care mentality come off, says Brooke. Harpreet Guleria to replace Mayank Yadav in LSG squad. Fans of every team want to see runs from Kohli. Gavaskar. Bumrah begins rehab. Shreyas set to undergo back surgery. Pacers drive suggested to be a comfortable win over captains. Right arm phaser Vishank leads the way with an impressive spell. Kohli gets a handy half century, but the hosts struggle to get going in the power play. Visitors continue to lie at the bottom of the table. Rajhan Shahrukh Street, Ranchi Street, Kings victory over Super Giants. We knew Brook was going to do something like this. A dream to be playing for RCB Vishal. Record-setting Highland Health City heaped pressure on Arsenal. Last year's finals face up in a key clash. With plenty of recent history between the sides, both will look to gain an edge over the other in a potential high voltage affair. Can Knight Riders break the Wankhede jinx? Gilchrist and Hall have it easy in their opening matches. Shale uncorks the second longest jump by an Indian woman. Anirudh clinches spear freestyle bronze in Asian wrestling. Gavaskar recalls Ranji Trophy moment with football legend that Chuni Goswami. Chennai and FC faced breach the Churchill brothers' defense. So, pink flamboyance. Thousands of flamingos come to Navi Mumbai and Thane Creek area and have shown in resilience in the face of burgeoning construction projects in the area. There is a photo picture last page. Yeah, this is it. The today's newspaper, guys. Let you see in the next video, maybe related to education, health, and personal interviews related to teachers. I hope you could read. Actually, I left some very important topics, articles. You guys can go through the those articles, which is very important for the examination purpose. Just I go through the articles, which is very helpful for the English communication skill. So I hope you guys would follow the same. And if you guys need any information or like any help, you guys can contact me, or you can guys leave the comment in the comment box. So I am very happy to help you, and see you in the next video. And have a great day. Bye bye, take care.